Let's go, champ. It's the champ, Shannon the Cannon Briggs, and you're watching True School Sports. Let's go, champ.
It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, had to come outside and get some fresh air, you know. Can't be in the house all day, but, you know, before we get into talking about the death and the passing of the iconic and the one and only referee, Mills Lane, I wanted to say this one time and one time only. Let's get it on! Like Mills Lane would always say, let's get it on. But in all seriousness, I wanted to get my thoughts on Mills Lane and his passing in boxing. Now, I'm a bit younger than a lot of people who are kind of like mourning his death in boxing. When I started watching boxing, Mills Lane really wasn't much in the picture anymore so far as being a referee. Most of his heyday and where he really became famous was in the 90s, you know. So for someone like me, the way I came to find out about Mills Lane wasn't even through being a boxing fan, to tell you the truth. The way I became a Mills Lane fan and even became aware to who Mills Lane even was through a TV show that you guys may remember on MTV called Celebrity Deathmatch, where MTV used to have these claymation versions of celebrities fight each other to the death in the boxing ring. It was like a cartoon claymation series. They'd always get like athletes and celebrities to fight each other. And in that show, I remember they had Mills Lane in the ring as the actual referee. So crazy enough, even though he was a referee, because of like something as minor as that, being on a show like Celebrity Deathmatch, which was on MTV, Mills Lane, you didn't even have to be a boxing fan to know who Mills Lane was, and he actually was good for the sport of boxing in that manner. Now, in seeing all the, you know, people's reactions to his passing, you know Mills Lane was a good man. You know Mills Lane did right by the sport, because everybody that I'm friends with on Facebook that work with him in any regard, like for example, the great promoter Tony Holden, he talked about how Mills Lane and him, I guess, used to do some co-promoting. And Mills Lane used to work with the famous promoter Tony Holden, who many of us may remember helped promote the great and the now, you know, deceased Tommy Morrison. And they did about 3 or 4 shows together from what I was reading in his post. And then, you know, I guess Mills Lane had some health issues, so then that kind of stopped. And Mills Lane also, I'm learning all these things about Mills Lane that I never knew now that he's passed away. Apparently he boxed and had like 11 pro fights. I think he won like 10-1 or something like that. So listen, man, this guy Mills Lane is what you would characterize, from what I know and from what I could gather, as a boxing lifer. I mean, this was the other man in the ring when, on that infamous night where Mike Tyson bit off Evander Holyfield's ear. This is also the same Mills Lane, if I'm not mistaken, that when Oliver McCall fought Lennox Lewis and Oliver McCall started acting all funny in the ring and crying, you know, he kind of stopped Oliver McCall from getting hurt before things got worse. So he was a good ref, a stern ref, a man of integrity, and a true icon of this sport. And for people like me who are younger, we didn't learn about Mills Lane through watching fights, you know, as far as real life fights. We learned who Mills Lane was by watching him on Celebrity Deathmatch. So hey, he's got a great legacy in the sport. He's created and helped bring awareness to the sport of boxing to a lot of people. And I've been privileged to meet a lot of people in my 7 years covering the sport. Never had a chance to meet Mills Lane. Would have been nice, but you know, it is what it is. May God rest his soul. And thank you for all the great things he did for boxing and all the ways in which he helped serve the sport, because I'm sure in the coming days, weeks, and months, I'm going to hear a lot of stories about Mills Lane and his legacy and the great things he did. both in and out the ring as a referee and promoting and all these kinds of things. So yeah, on that note, let's get it on forever. God bless Mills Lane. And if you guys have anything you want to add about Mills Lane, the referee, and give your opinions on what he meant to the sport, or maybe your favorite Mills Lane story, maybe a fight in which Mills Lane you felt did a great job or didn't do such a great job, just anything Mills Lane related, feel free to leave it in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe, and like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just Kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.
True School Sports, he's the truth, one of the best YouTube, the best.
Ooh, the number one.
Brandon, you've been there, man, and you're building up a good following with us.
Thank you.
And I'm proud to be a part of what you're doing too. You are spectacular, and
thank you, man. All the best to True School Boxing, and keep up the good work.